So, you weren't so grumpy this week, Dave?
No, I mean, I think, it's one thing to lose, but I think what really frustrated us is we just knew we didn't play our best last week, and I think you get beaten by a better team, and I'm certainly not commenting on the world titles. We just felt we walked away from Sydney not having played our best, and so it was really important that we came out and responded to that tonight. And to be honest, Adzi and guys like Will Genier and Marf, Naki have been really good the whole week, So I think the performance that we saw out there is just the result of some real intense refocusing during the week and a lot of good energy,
So what did you do different, in light of those comments about your preparation before Sydney?
Yeah, I think we're playing our best when we're enjoying our rugby, Like we always, we talk a lot about enjoying it. Like we play rugby for fun, And I think probably the thing I got last week is I just didn't bring a lot of positive energy to the place. I was just sort of snapping at people and just being generally unpleasant to be around. So it was a good learning for me. I think we went out there tonight with a real aim of enjoying whatever happened score-wise. We just wanted to enjoy the game, and we wanted to play in a way that made the people of Melbourne proud, which we don't think we did last week, but we certainly feel like we walked away from it tonight feeling a lot better about that.
Certainly did, and it was very entertaining at times, but you're a hard taskmaster. Were there any times in the box tonight where you would have been kicking yourself that the scoreline wasn't even more? Because there was probably about 4 or 5 instances where you just left tries out there.
Yeah, I probably don't get too fussed about that, Matt. I feel like we were playing with good intensity. We had some plans to do a few things in our prep that we were executing. So the fact that maybe the last pass wasn't sticking, or a few odd things like that. I mean, sometimes that just happens, But I know it sounds silly, but really, aside from the score, I think what was really important today was that we responded with the way that we want to play. You know what I mean? And had we lost to the Sharks, then we still walk away from the game feeling better than we did last week. But obviously, fortunately, we got the outcome, which was good.
I know I asked you during the week, but were you concerned at all about the 5-day turnaround and the fact that you played in such a stifling heat last week?
Yeah.
Have an impact. The fact that you could still run away in the second half like you did was very, very good.
Yeah, well, in some ways, probably it was a bit of a blessing. We didn't have too long to kind of dwell on what happened in Sydney. So in some ways, that was a bit of a blessing. I think we have the luxury of being able to sort of rotate a few guys through the squad, and we just sit there in the change room. Like a guy like Tom English, who I think's been outstanding this year, and is obviously all-field captain of the team. Just the way he prepared, knowing he wasn't actually starting this week. He didn't show a moment's disappointment. He just trained for the group, all of them did, So he prepared us for what the Sharks, how the Sharks were going to attack and defend when he was running with the Bibs this week, and that's pretty special, That's I think the sign of a team that wants each other to be successful,
Do you feel like that was the most complete performance? Like with the forwards really laid the platform for tries and going more, and that's just not such a wonder. So I just feel like it was really
I think it's definitely a step forward in terms of playing as a whole 15, like collectively. In previous games we've showed patches of just the backs or all the forwards, and I think that just connection between the forwards and backs worked well tonight. But the boys really enjoyed the short turnaround. Not overthinking it. I think you can overthink it when you've got a little bit too long. I'm really proud of the boys, how they responded.
So, Dave, do you feel like the side's growing a bit? So, Adam's just talking about this combination tonight with the forwards and the back. And, the first couple of games, there was a feeling that this was a big side, confrontational side in the midfield. And
yeah.
Do you feel like, you've got more different ways to play now?
Yeah, I think so, Jeff. I mean, we I guess in some ways we want a game that we don't have to change too much week to week. We want to have the confidence to come out here and not be too worried about what the opposition is doing. But as we said, have the confidence that if we play to our ability, we can be competitive. And our game's certainly getting closer to that. But there's a lot of things still to improve on. And I think one of the really big things is probably big learnings for me over the last couple of days and for Adzi. I think one of the guys who's really honest in the group to me is Adam. We have a couple of good conversations with the office door closed there. But we're also learning, I guess, how to work together as best we can and how to win consistently, because winning's hard. Super Rugby is a hard competition, and little errors or little miscalculations can have a big effect. So we're just trying to be more consistent with what we're doing and just keep improving our relationship.
Last week, notwithstanding, you've done very well in Australian Conference games. You've beaten the South African team tonight. I mean, I know this one's only just passed, but you're already looking forward to testing yourself against the New Zealand team, the Hurricanes. Everyone knows the record in the last couple of years for Australians. So it must be a pretty exciting challenge coming up to have the Hurricanes coming to town on Friday night.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great challenge, but more importantly, I'm looking forward, and I know the boys are looking forward to play back down at Amy Park, back-to-back games. We really want to make sure this is a fortress for us, and we haven't looked too much into it being a Kiwi team. We stick to our processes and we play the footy that we want to play.
Do you think? I know you say I'm looking too much into it being a Kiwi team, but given that record that Australian sides have experienced against New Zealand teams in recent years, do you, from what you've seen from your side, both tonight and then the last few weeks, are you confident that, that not only does your team, but maybe other teams as well are getting close to being able to potentially match it with them? Mate,
I just think that we stay to what's been working for us, really sticking to being task focused and the process. It's got us this far, so if it's not broken, don't fix it. So we'll look to keep it our same processes, and like I said, we're just really keen to get back out there on Amy Park and play in front of our Melbourne fans.
So what did you really make so not a great game there? You've got lots of the ball and giving that, so maybe a bit more in.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the backs were really good, and obviously, I thought Bill played well tonight. I think probably the thing I felt in the change room was probably just our tight forwards played. I thought they really, because the South African forward packs are big, and they present a very confrontational challenge, and I thought our tight five in particular really stood up to them, and I thought there were certain areas of their work that we dominated, which was really pleasing. So they didn't have a lot of time to prep for that this week, given the 5-day turnaround, so I think largely speaking, a lot of it was attitudinal, and that's really pleasing.
It's nice to see Adam and Brady get a couple of tries. He's obviously late to getting a crucial.
Yeah, I came down the lift at half time, and the security guard who controls the lift said to me, "Gee whiz, you wouldn't want to have a fight with number 2." I said, "Nah, you definitely wouldn't want to have a fight with number 2.
Speaking of fights with number 2, did he end up claiming that second try, or was it marked?
I'm not sure, mate.
Bob can have it, mate. Are you going to argue with him?
Can we ask about Dom? So it's obviously a pretty emotional sort of decision, and he's been through a bit of a wretched time, but he's clearly very important, a member of this group. You would have even learned just from your short time here, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, not to overstate it, but I think Dom's just a champion human being. Like guys were saying in there, like he's won Super Rugby, he's played for the Wallabies. He's come back from 3 ACLs. I think coming back from 1 ACL is a fair effort. And there's a guy who's come back from 3, and unfortunately, it just hasn't been his run. And I think the way he's applied himself through that process, but I guess just the energy he's brought to the group. He's a hell of an intelligent guy, quite a softly spoken guy, and quite a humble guy, but hell of a smart, and really wants the best for the team. And boys are pretty emotional, and they're sort of saying goodbye to him, because he is a big part of the team. But to be honest, I don't think he's going to go too far. He's just not going to be on the field. We want to keep him around the organisation, and I think probably one of the things the Rebels haven't done over time is looked after those players who are transitioning in and making sure that they form a part of the organisation that can deliver in other ways. Maybe all field for us and commercially and other things like that. So we're talking to Dom about those things and obviously looking into ways to try to involve him. Yeah, so Dana was on a concussion. Both him and Ben Daly were not available today because in the 5-day turnaround, it's not possible for them to get through the steps of the concussion pathway. So, hopefully they'll both be eligible then next week.
Yeah, so just with selection for next week, people don't like to change winning teams, but you've got guys like Tom and Lepetti, and maybe Dane from injury, and Jordan as well. So is that a nice headache for you to have?
Yeah, obviously, Jeff. I mean, it's much better than the opposite, you know. But to be honest, I need to go and watch this game tomorrow in a lot of detail to kind of get a sense of if any changes are required, and obviously.
I guess what I'm asking, Dave, is it more about players' performances, or is it more to pick a team for the Hurricanes?
I think a bit of both, Jeff. I think a bit of both. You know, like I think Adam probably hit the nail on the head there, where we're kind of trying to change our mentality a little bit. You know, like I think, you know, maybe in the past people are getting too worried about what the opposition will bring in and different things like that. Like obviously that's important. You have to do your prep, and you have to be across your detail on some of those things. But ultimately, like, we want to have fun, and I think you have fun when you're concentrating on yourself and you're worrying about yourself and you're trying to be the best you can be. You know, and that's just our focus. You know, like, and if a team comes along and plays better than us and gets over the top of us, then that's going to happen, you know. But we want to enjoy our rugby, and we want to work hard and just keep improving.